Who did it better? Who did it better, MLF or Bassmaster on the scheduling? Let's start off with a couple things first. We're gonna go into this. I'm looking at the schedule right now. I'm gonna do one at a time. Now there's some things I have to state first why I think which schedule is better. Some things still have to come out. So we're close, but we're not there all the way yet. One thing I'll say real quick about MLF. MLF schedule, as I'm looking at it, there's a couple lakes on here that are interesting. I say they're interesting because Bass Pro Tour, and I'm saying MLF and the Bass Pro Tour, they can do things a little bit different, just a little bit. When you don't have 100 boats, when you have 50 boats, you can do a lot more with like a lot less lake. So there are some unbelievable good lakes, especially right here in Texas, but I just know around the country, and I don't know them all around the country, but I've just heard of them. Like you hear about these lakes that are like way better than the like known lakes, right? I mean, you could almost pick, a certain lake in each state, and that's their lake. A couple states have a couple good lakes, but for the most part, there's always one that stands out. Does it stand out because it's bigger? Probably. It's bigger. It has more tournaments, and it's just more well known. They've gone there a lot more times. BPT now has the opportunity to go to some of these lakes that you could never go to. You could go to them with 100 boats, but it's a lot easier with whatever they got now, 50 or 60 guys. I really don't know, somewhere around there, right? Bassmaster came out with their schedule yesterday. Didn't know they were going to do that. We'll get into that. You better stick around for that because their schedule could be absolutely phenomenal, or man, I hope they don't do what they always do. I hope they don't try to do something slick, like they think they're being slick, and they're not slick at all. Like everyone's gonna be like, seriously, like we're all just gonna shake our heads. Please don't be those people. Please don't be them. But so stick around for that. I'm gonna get there quick. Okay. I'm looking at it. So I'm looking at the schedule of MLF and BPT. Stage 1 is Lake Guntersville. I've been to Guntersville, been to Hartwell, Lake Whitney, Lake Waco, OH Ivy, to be announced for the Red Crest, Beaver Lake, Orange Lake, Grand Lake, Lake Erie. Okay, first, Guntersville. I've been there twice. I've been there for 2 championships for the Toyotas. I was leading it. Was I leading it? Yeah, I was leading it day 1, second after day 2, ended up making a top 10 last time I was there. Love the lake. January's gonna be cold, right? Like that's gonna be a cold one. If they still do the whole forward-facing sonar deal of one period, I mean that's gonna be a straight up, I assume, gonna be a straight up after the forward-facing sonar deal, a straight up grass thing. So we're gonna see a lot of like rattle baits, rattle traps, chatterbaits, thunder chatterbaits, stuff like that. Maybe one of these guys will figure out that the hybrid hunter is better. I mean, I don't even want to say that. But there's guys from Guntersville just laugh and they're like, hey man, that thing's way better than that. People just still don't throw it. But whatever, we're not going to get into that. Stage 2 is Hartwell. Been to Hartwell once, I believe. Most of the times I've been to these lakes, it's not this time of the year. I assume Hartwell in February is still going to be good. It's fair. It's still going to be cold, but I think Hartwell is just a good lake. Like Guntersville and Hartwell are great lakes, right? So like they're going to be fine. It's going to be cold. We're not going to Florida. We're not going to Texas like in January like we always do. Thank goodness. I mean, no offense. Texas is so much better all these other times of the year. It really is. It's really good. So we're going to Texas. Stage 3, Stage 4. Lake Whitney, Lake Waco. I got a phone call a couple months ago from a guy at MLF. He was asking me about some lakes. He's like, hey man, what lakes could we go to? What do you recommend? What do you think? Not recommend, but like they've done this before. And I said, hey, look, man, you don't have to go to this Rayburn Toledo deal. Like if you want to do a smaller lake, and they were kind of like, well, do you want to go like Central Texas? Where do you want to go? And I said, hey man, there's some really cool lakes like Central Texas. I was like throwing out LBJ, Travis, and I was like, hey man, I don't even live close to Lake Whitney, but I've been there twice. Absolutely love the lake. I said, dude, it's a pretty cool lake. Like, it's awesome. And so I threw out that one. I threw out one or two more. Didn't throw out Lake Waco because I've never been to Lake Waco. So anyways, they put that on there in March. They're gonna catch them. It's gonna be a cool one, right? The OH Ivy, I think there's 2 lakes on here. I don't know about one of them, but there's 2 lakes on here. OH Ivy, March 26th through the 29th. They're gonna be on beds. Is that heavy hitters? I'm telling you right now, I've never been to Orange Lake in Florida. Orange Lake is May 16th through the 21st. I've never been there that time of the year. I've never been there at all. What am I talking about? I'm thinking about, I heard Orange Lake is like next level. If the wind doesn't blow that bad at OH Ivy, oh, it says OH Ivy and Lake Brownwood. I didn't even realize it said Lake Brownwood. I don't know about the Lake Brownwood thing. But if OH Ivy, dude, you're going to see so many fish over 10 pounds get caught off beds. It's going to be freaking unreal. I don't know if they're going to keep stats of this, but if they need to keep, I'm telling you, MLF somehow keep stats of the amount of giant fish get caught out of OH Ivy and see if it beats Orange Lake. Now, there's going to be some guys from Florida say, oh, Orange Lake's going to kill it. I don't know. I'm just telling you. That too, right there, I wish they would compare those 2 tournaments together. Of course, I don't know how they're doing it because heavy hitters is not like all the other stages, and then they got these 2 lakes on there that are different. So if there's a day or 2 in there that match, just keep track of that. Red Crest to be announced, whatever. Beaver Lake, my buddy lives at Beaver Lake. He freaking smashed. He wins all the time there. Can I say his name? Steven Metter. Anyone around Beaver Lake knows Steven Metter freaking crushes them. They should be up shallow. They should be on beds. Crystal clear lake. You're going to be able to catch them. Orange Lake. I've heard rumors about Orange Lake. Tell me in the comments what Orange Lake's like. That's awesome. Grand Lake. Been there a couple times. Been leading an event over there. Been in second after first day. Been in third after the first day. I've made a couple of top 5s. Never been there in June. I've only been there from like March and April, maybe even May, and then I've been there in the fall. Never been there in June. Sure, you can do offshore. It should be a freaking big time. It's going to be an offshore deal and a boat dock deal for sure. So that's going to be a good one. Just because Grand Lake's just a good lake. You just catch a lot of good, solid fish out there. And then Lake Erie. Lake Erie's, I just don't have much to say about smallmouth lakes. I mean, you're going to catch a lot of you're going to look up and everyone's going to be catching 4 and 5 pounders. I'll put it to you this way I've been up there to a couple smallmouth lakes. If you're in the tournament fishing, it's the most fun you'll ever have. If you're watching, it's like every time you look around, you see the guy like, hey, did he catch the same fish as the last one and the last one that guy caught? I don't know what to say. They're going to catch them. It's just, I don't know. So this is a cool schedule. I'm interested to see if they keep the forward-facing sonar to 1 period. I think that's going to be an interesting event. I haven't paid attention to MLF, the BPT, this year as much. I was planning on it. The problem was, and I watched some of the beginning tournaments. Golly, man, I got stuck in all these tournaments this year, and so many of these tournaments were right on top of my tournaments, and I don't watch them as much. So, but I'm honest with you all about that. But those should be good. I don't have a problem with that schedule. I think it's a good one. They're going to some of these lakes. Gunnersville, Hartwell, Grand Lake, and Erie. We'll just throw in Erie, even though sort of. Those 4 lakes they've gone to, 3 of those lakes I've never seen them go to that time of the year. So that's what's going to be interesting, right? And then Whitney, Waco, Erie, Brownwood, Beaver. I haven't seen them go to Beaver in forever. Orange Lake. That's a lot of lakes that they've never gone to. So I think that's interesting. I think people are going to pay attention to that stuff. I'm going to at least pay attention. I don't know if I can watch, but I will pay attention for sure. Okay, let's go to Bassmaster real quick. I don't care about what they have to say. Theirs is going to be biased. They're not going to talk like we will. In reading, there it is. Finally, schedule. Pop-up ad, big surprise. Gunnersville, Lake Martin, Tennessee River, Tennessee Tom Big B Waterway, Arkansas River, Murray, Cindy Cooper, Pasquotank River, Lake Champlain, St. Lawrence River. Okay, first of all, and I'm not even knocking this. Listen, I'm watching this. I don't know. I haven't been to most of these lakes. I'm not gonna lie. I've been to probably over half of them, but here, maybe not even half. I don't know. I have to look at them real quick. Here's what I'll say. If Bassmaster does this, because I did read some comments when they came out yesterday, and it had a whole bunch of stuff about rivers. Because it has what? Tennessee River, Tennessee Tom Big Bay Waterway, Arkansas River, Pasquotank River. I don't really want to call St. Lawrence a river. It's not one. I mean, I know it is one, but that's regular fishing. Don't try to be cute. Don't try to be smart. If you do this forward-facing sonar deal where you do it in half, where you take half the events and have it and half the events don't, and you pick and choose, and then you pick the Arkansas River, where you're not allowed to have forward-facing sonar. Seriously, don't do that. Don't be like you tried to please both sides of the table. It's boring. We'll all see through it. You're not fooling anyone. We will laugh at your face again, especially like when you did the whole, we're going to take all these sonars off, right? We're going to take all that, like you can't have 5 sonars in the off. Look what changes we made. And everyone was like, dude, the best guys at LiveScope in the world only needed 1 sonar, right? I'm not even knocking it. I'm just saying, don't try to be like you did something and you didn't do anything. I said this a year ago, months, I don't know when I said it. I've said it multiple times. I guarantee you I'm the first person that said this. Tell me if someone said it before me, but I've said this possibly a year ago. If you do, I know I did it a year ago. If you do the half and half thing, which I said you should do, I might have stated this 2 years ago. If you do the half and half thing, which I've always wanted y'all to do, and if you want to actually be clever, be smart, and actually create some drama within your league, good drama, not that BS drama y'all seem to have, but the good drama where people are excited. I know people watch Andrew's Bass Pick'ems, the Bass Open Pick'em. I still know Bass Open Pick'ems, right? A lot of people watch that show. I think a lot of people like it. If you want to create something interesting, and I should do it, but y'all don't pay attention. Y'all don't listen. I'm telling y'all take my idea. I'm giving you my free idea. Do it like a draft. Do it. I don't care if you do it at the beginning of the year or you do it for every tournament. Have one of your anglers that you want to pick, right? Pick one of your anglers to go up there, like the little lotto ball, right? Have whatever it is, 8 or 9 lotto balls or whatever, right? And you label them at the beginning of the year. Forward-facing sonar, or non-forward-facing sonar, whatever you want to do, with an X or a plus or whatever you want to do, and have it out there and draw. If Gunnersville, you shake them all up and you draw them. And when you draw them, that's whether you have forward-facing sonar or not. Let everyone see it live. I'm telling you, people will pay attention to this, because and some people are going to be like, well, what's going to happen when on the Arkansas River and they put it on? Either way, good or bad, yes or no, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they're like, hey, you can use it during the Arkansas River. Okay. And they're like, well, it's going to be worthless. Oh, well. It's part of it. It looks like you did it. Like, it's not fake. Because if you sit there and you put the Tom Bigby Waterway and Arkansas River and maybe the Pasquotank River, if you put those 3 as non-forward facing, you should have just left it just normal. Do I want them to go up to Champlain and St. Lawrence River and all the forward facing sonar tournaments are out of the way and make them fish the regular way? Yes. Are they going to cry about it? Yes. I hope they do. I hope some of those guys pout and I want that. I want to see. I think it's funny. I think fans will find it interesting. They're still going to catch them. St. Lawrence River is one of the best. Lake Champlain, two of the best smallmouth lakes in the country. They're going to crush them without it. Are they going to crush them as good? No. That's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter if they catch 5-pounder. Do y'all not realize if they just go up there and the guy wins catching 5-pounders all day long on forward-facing sonar? Have you not realized that sometimes if a guy goes out there and catches 4-pounders, a pound difference, no big deal, but he has to do it in a creative, interesting way. He does it where no one else is doing it. He figures out this weird, different pattern. He figures out how to catch him, and you watch him figure out the puzzle. Do you not understand that is more exciting? Because that's the way it's been forever. They're still going to get the forward-facing sonar stuff in there. You're still going to learn it. You're still going to figure out all the stuff. I'm just telling you, this isn't rocket science. Don't mess this up. Now, for the scheduling. February 5th and 8th, Guntersville. Like I said, could be awesome. It could be a total grass deal. If forward-facing sonar is in there, it's going to be forward-facing sonar. Lake Martin. I don't know anything about Lake Martin. Not going to lie. It's in Alabama. I don't have much to say about that. The Bassmaster Classic on Tennessee River. I've never understood that place. I've never been there. It's such a. I don't even know how to explain how to. I don't even understand how to explain how they're going to catch them. Like, I think about this stuff too. If we still do the pick 'em deal, I'll pick up who. I don't know who I'll pick. I don't even know how to pick for that place. It's weird. Tennessee Tom Bigway Waterway. Never been there. I don't know anything about that either. Is that where? I think that's where. These are hard ones. Arkansas River. I've been there. Arkansas River is it is such a love-hate for me. I want to go back to the Arkansas River. Let me explain the Arkansas River real quick. Arkansas River is pretty much a horrible place to fish, the Arkansas River. If you lock down, so first time I was there, whatever, it got one up the little thing off the first time I was over there, got one, had to get a jet boat to get up there, and they went and fished behind the dam, and the guy who won, call it what it is, broke the rules and cast over the buoys that you tie up to, because he was told that, hey, those are buoys that you just tie up to, and had pictures of him catching fish, casting over that. You want to know why, like, stuff in the Bassmaster Opens and things like these, like, so-called cheating incidences? Well, he got permission to do it. It's just the way he went about getting permission to do it, which was BS. But regardless, yeah. I learned, like, Kerr Lake, you got to go lock down. You got to drive forever to get down there. You got to get I had to get gas at one time because I didn't even know. Because I ran around so much down there. When I got down there, you get very little time. The lock down there, from what I've been told by everyone from Oklahoma, he's the worst lock master in the country. I hope he doesn't watch this, or he's going to get worse. I've gone down there every single time, and it's pretty phenomenal fishing down there when you get down there. The last time in the Bassmaster Open, I decided not to go down there. I was on them better down there than I'd ever been on there, but I'd gotten so mad because it burned me. I said, I'm staying up the river because I figured out how to catch them, and then that burned me. So I do want to go. I said, from now on, I'm still going back down there. I'm never doing anything else. I don't care what happens. I'm going down there. I'm a zero or do awesome. But I do not like those. I do not like lakes like that where you have. I hate locking. I just hate locking. I don't like having to determine your fate on a lock. Sucks. Lake Murray, never been there. Heard good things. May 7th. That should be I think they got herring on there, right? That South Carolina, everything has herring. May, it should be a herring deal. April 16th through 19th on the Arkansas River. They'll be all shallow. They're always shallow. That'll be April 16th, 19th, Arkansas. They'll be done. Shad Spawn. Yeah, it should be a good one. Santa Cooper. I've never been to Santa Cooper. God, they have 2 Alabama ones, 2 Tennessee ones, an Oklahoma, 2 South Carolina, North Carolina, and then 2 New Yorks. They didn't spread that out very well. Never been to Lake Murray, never been to Santa Cooper. I don't know much about these places. I'm not gonna lie. So what have I been to? I've only been to 2 of these places. 3, St. Lawrence. 4, Champlain. My bad. Okay, been to 4 of them. That's what I thought. The other ones I don't know much. I don't even know much about any of them. I mean, not that I don't know them. I think everything's gonna depend on what they do with forward-facing sonar. If they do it the right way, some of these can be really, like, if they do it the right way, the Champlain, did I say 3 New Yorks? 2 New Yorks. That North Carolina got me. 2 South Carolinas and North Carolina. Just want to go see them smallmouth fish. I want to see them do it without forward-facing sonar up there that time of the year in August, because they're going there in August. I want to see them do it then, because they just had the NPFL there at St. Lawrence River, and it was awesome. They didn't have forward-facing sonar. Now, granted, they were on beds, and they were catching them. I want to see them do it up there in August. I want to see what some of them do. Nah, I'm not really that interested. I just don't get hyped up for the smallmouth deal. Like I said, absolutely a blast to fish up there. It's some of the most amazing fishing you'll ever do in your life. It's so much fun. It's just sometimes not that like it gets old. It only gets old because everyone does the same thing. That's the only thing. When I did it, when I was at the St. Lawrence River, when I was at, not St. Lawrence, I fished St. Lawrence just goofing around with my wife, blasting them. When I went to St. Clair, everyone in the top 10, I think, except me and Thrift, they were all fishing the same way, and me and him were like, I was in like 4 foot of water. I could power pole down half the time and throw around like swim baits and stuff and like crushed on them. Like, it was, I'm not saying I was doing stuff that was more fun or interesting, but I was doing something different. And that's the thing. Every time you look up, you kind of see the same guys doing the same thing. It's whatever. The rivers are interesting. The Arkansas River one's going to be, I'm going to be interested in that one. I don't know. I'm interested. I think the Gunnersville and Lake Martin one would be cool, depending on what happens with, like, the Gunnersville without forward-facing sonar could be the best one. It could be really interesting. That's my take of the schedules. I give the edge to MLF because they're just going to lakes that I haven't been to, but like most of them have all been on there. I just haven't been to most of them. Now I'm waiting for the NPFL. They're going to come out with their schedule. That one might be really interesting too. I bet you they do some interesting stuff. I bet you they're going to try to, if they listen. I wonder if Luke gets any kind of say in this, or like gives them a recommendation. But I bet you they try to go to some different places maybe. I think that would be smart. There's my take. What do y'all think?